piano, play different kind of sports such as football, volleyball, and I have two cats and one dog.
That is so nice. I also have a cat now. The last time I didn't, but now I do. Because she entered in my basement, so I have a cat now.
Yeah, that's how they think, you know, they choose someone and that's it. Or I want you, and they go into your home and stay there.
Yeah, but she could have been here alone because she was pregnant and we had some babies. We are still trying to donate, you know, one cat that is here with us, but it's life. So I'm Sarah, I'm 27. I'm gonna be the hostess today. I would like to dance. My favorite color is blue, and I have a degree in business administration. So I'm actually looking for a job, so you can keep me in mind, okay? If you have any recommendations, that's my moment. Merchandising is over. And how about you, Wendell?
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Oh, my name is Wendell Miller. I'm a geologist from Goiânia, but nowadays I'm living in Mato Grosso. I'm a professor here. And yeah, I've been here on Talk and Talk since the beginning of the pandemic when I saw it at the first time. So I really appreciate to stay here, really like to enjoy this moment and to exchange idea and learn more and more and more. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I cannot follow your movements, Endo. Last thing I knew, you were living in São Paulo and now Mato Grosso. Okay, so let's go with question number 2. I can answer and then I choose the next person so you can interact, okay, with each other. So number 2, can you give us some examples of content from other countries you consume, like TV shows, music, channels on YouTube, or food? Yeah, I think the thing that I consume the most are TV shows because I'm addicted. That's how I learned English. That's why I speak more American English than British, I guess, because I watched a lot of TV shows. The classic like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, and of course I also listen to a lot of music. So when I think about content from other countries, these things come to mind. You know, the music, the movies that spread a way of life, like the American Dream, or like life in Europe is easier because people work in a different way. And I think that my whole life I watch a lot of content. Nowadays I try to consume other YouTube channels so I can learn languages that I'm interested, like French. I have some channels that I like to watch as well. And I think that's it. I don't watch a lot of food from other places because here in my city we don't have a lot of restaurants to eat, you know, this type of food. And mostly, yeah, the things that I watch and music that I listen. And how about you, Jairo?
Yeah, first, I never heard these name, soft power. For me, that's the first time that I have informations about it. But while the video was playing, I was thinking about it, and I have different as you said, I have different experience with music, videos. I think especially nowadays, series in general in Netflix, for example, it's very popular. So that's a power, soft power. So that's for me, that's the kind of soft power I have touched. I have touched. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I really like to watch Netflix content, and it's kind of addicting sometimes. So it's important to balance, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much. And how about you, Wendell? What type of content do you watch
Wow, I
or
think
listen?
all of them. Maybe, well, I think the most moves and music, because I love music. And just like you, since I was a teenager, so as a kid, I listen music from United States and, England. I love rock. So when I was a teenager, more a kind of rocker. And, I always listened a lot. So I really like this example. Well, I really love a band called Radiohead. It's awesome. Bjork, it's awesome as well. They sing in English. Let me see other. In the move, I think, I was thinking about what Jairo says about this, the soft power. It's just like we have the whole entertainment that we have in the world is, is driven by the soft power. Like we have the Hollywood movies and so on. So I watched a lot of Hollywoodian movies. So I totally, influenced by this kind of content. So that's it.
Yeah, the content, it's not innocent. It's a way of showing their culture, their way of life, of living, That's the idea that the video show us a little. Yeah. And you, Bruno? Or maybe not Bruno right
No,
now.
not anymore.
No, I don't want to talk. Bye. Maybe it was his connection. That happens. So, Jairo, can you read number 3?
Sure. The video showed us a brief explanation about Hallyu, or Korean wave, which refers to the popularization of the culture of the South Korea, including K-pop music and K-dramas. What your take on this subject? Endo.
You are so clever. Go, Endo.
Yeah, yeah, go. Well, actually, for me, it's a surprise. A month ago, I was at my home in Goiânia, and my aunt told me that she was watching doramas, and I kind of, what the hell is that? But I didn't know. And she started to explain to me, what dorama is, like dramas and so on, kind of, or soap opera. And I started to think about the K-pop, South Korea, now dorama, they kind of spreading their information over the world. So kind of, was a kind of, very, very impactful thought for me, like, what the money can do. It's, South Korea nowadays has a lot of development in terms of, financial industries, and now impacting the world with information of culture. So this is so interesting to see. That's it. I think it's the challenge of the world, the competitions. I like this because show us that it's possible to express or influence over or other countries. For example, I think Brazilians very easy to extend our culture because it's so rich, and everyone, like, or we have forró, we have some, we have a lot of very interesting things. Africa has as well. So it's interesting to reflect about it. So this is a very interesting thing. I don't have pros and cons. I need to learn more and read more.
Yeah, I'm just
What do you
like you.
think,
I'm
Sarah?
learning. I'm
Yeah.
learning. Yeah,
You're
that
welcome.
is new. Oh, now it's better. I can see the scenario, your face, and everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you, Jairo, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I don't have like a clever opinion about that because, as I said, that's the first time that I heard the word soft power. But I already knew something about K-pop. I don't know much about them, but I know it's kind of culture, but it's related to music. I don't know exactly how it works, but I think it's like grunge in the past or nu metal in the past. I don't know if you know or heard those expressions, but we had like metal, and then in 19s they created nu metal and this kind of thing. So uh, K-pop, I don't know, but maybe it's something like that. But related to cultural thing, like thinking about government and the power that people wants to have and influence people around the world, I think these kind of methods, like use music, but also use soap operas, moves, and use different kind of arts to bombard the brain of the people with a specific kind of culture that we want to introduce to another country. I think it's very known, but not very simple to identify. Like it's not something that, I know what you are doing here. It's difficult because it's kind of, I need tools, but those tools are people, and it's difficult to control the people, you know. So like K-pop can be a tool of the government, can be. I'm not, you know, like, and the same with soap opera and those things. So it's difficult to see it, but at the same time, because it's so hard to understand, to get the point of the soft power, it's also very strong once you really want to do that. If you have money and influence to do that, you will probably achieve your goal thinking about the government. Yeah, oh yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much to say here. I don't know exactly what is about K-pop, like what they sing, what kind of idea they spread in their music. I don't know, to be honest. I know that girls, like young girls, like they love them. Also boys, but I don't know exactly what kind of music. It's like Backstreet Boys in my days, maybe, because there's like many men in the band, right? Like five or six men, and I know they dance. So for my reference is Backstreet Boys. Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah, but that's it. I think Americans, they did in the past, right? So nowadays, the whole world, in some ways, knows the culture of Americans, is especially because of this kind of bands, the culture of the, what is the name of the thing is American Dream, for example. It's a kind of soft power. Let's sell this idea of American Dream. If you, there is a music. Oh, very old. If you win here, it's something. The idea is, if you win here in America, you will win everywhere, because the special ones are here. The guys that smartest. Yeah, there is a music, very old music, Frank Sinatra, but I forgot the lyric. But it was spread around the world, and everyone tends to think that American is like, oh, they are incredible and I will be there. But we we don't really know if it's true or not, but the American
Yeah.
Dreams idea was, so it was buy for everyone around the world.
Yeah, it's not like they are always showing in a direct way about their culture. They are not like in K-pop, for example. They don't sing about Korea in every song, but you kind of get curious about the culture because of the songs you listen, because of the K-dramas, yeah, as well. And it seems to me, Jairo, like you saw the video, because the second part that I didn't show, it was about that, how the government has involved in this, because they understood the power they could have, not only about influencing young people, but also other governments to make like agreements with other countries to for tourism and other types of activities for the economy as well. So even though the songs are not so specific, oh, let's sing about Korea. But when you see them, you get curious, and that's why it's called soft, because it's not like a message so clear and so obvious. Yeah, but I think it is very powerful, and they are gaining a lot of space in the world. So I think I'm gonna skip number 4, at least for now, because it's about the concept, and that is what we are saying right now. That is our opinion about soft power. So I think it's better to skip this one. Let's talk about our country. Endo, can you read number 5?
Yeah, sure. In your opinion, Brazil's influence on other nations is increasing or decreasing? Why? In my opinion, is increasing a lot. A lot. Because, yeah, and I've reading a lot about it. This is very interesting. If you see the research about how time the Brazilians spend online on internet, on social media, we see that Brazilian is almost the first, so all the things, all the kind of content that we spread is kind of very impactful in the world, because we have a lot of people, consuming them on internet. One reason I was thinking about it, because I saw a lot of people from other countries starting to react, some Brazilian songs, Brazilian artists, and they do it because, the numbers of view, once they do it, increase a lot, kind of jump. So this is really interesting. And I think we need to learn how to use more efficiently this kind of power, because it's a soft power as well. Sarah told us that the government kind of plan the Korean information spreading. And I think we need to talk. I don't think the government, but we need to try to understand more this process and try to use in our benefit, to benefit our country. That's what I think.
Yeah, that is so clever. I was thinking about the videos that I see, like makeup videos, and the girls put a Brazilian song that is such baixaria that I don't know how to say in English, but like you said, the views are higher and they are spreading our culture. I'm not gonna say it is positive or negative, but we are being seen from people all over the world. So yeah, it's very interesting. And how about you, Jairo? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I totally agree. We are increasing our influence in the nations. But at the same time, I don't know if we are increasing with soft power, at least not intentionally. Like, it's not something that we thought, let's do it. And it's like we are increasing, but it could be very high than what is happening right now. So like in the internet, I understand, and also in government, environment, I think Brazil nowadays have more influence than ever. But I think we are just like not very important. We are in the middle, like we are not important, but the countries need us to play the game of the chess of the world, like thinking about government and take power of the other countries, these kind of things. So our culture, I don't think that our culture is strong enough to influence other nations. I still see things like the Americans, they are awesome and we are bad, like these kind of things. They, for some reason, I mean, knowing the concept, I'm not sure that I know the concept, but knowing the idea of soft power, I understand why Brazilians, especially, they think that our culture is not nice and the other ones is very nice. I see it better. It was intentionally, but so our influence is increasing, but I don't think that we have like a strong culture to say, no, I don't want your culture here because my culture, I know my culture, and that's the way we do things here. I don't think so. I think Brazilians still tends to think that 40 countries, I think people from other countries, they are better than us. They, in some ways, like when we think about college, like when you go to the school, maybe they have this kind of knowledge, but in terms of culture, there is no right and wrong, or one is better than other. But for some reason, I think that we still need to know more about Brazil in general, understand our culture, and like take it to us. Like, that's my culture, how we do things here. I don't need to emulate someone else's culture. It takes time, but also it's like I need more information. Where will I find it? But it's difficult, like even in the school, I think that people wants to be in America. They want to live like a high school in America, not in Brazil. Like there is so many good things in high school. There is bad things also, but there is very nice things here in Brazil, and we need to see those things, and there are things that is just here. So let's try to I don't know how to express this idea, like valorizar. I don't know, but it's one thing that I think our teenagers and also adults in the general could try.
Yeah, like you mentioned, we are not, in our opinion, we are not so important. I was here thinking, because sometimes I have the perspective we are just here entertaining others, but we are not taken so seriously because, Brazilian people are funny, Brazilian people are excited about everything. And when we talk about economy or negotiation, this type of thing, sometimes our power is not so well recognized as could be. I'm not saying we don't have recognition, but it could be better in my opinion. Also, it's interesting how we can increase this influence, but maybe not in the way we are making profit out of this culture. Like Korea is making billions of dollars with, or I don't know if it's dollars. I think it in the video it said dollars, but yeah, a lot of money from this soft power, from this K-drama, K-pop, and even products for beauty products, because you see the videos, people, women turn into a different person, and people get amazed and they want to buy the product. So a lot of things are in this soft power, not only TV shows, but a whole lifestyle, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if the soft power, it's so important when we think about music. I don't know, maybe yes. But I think they are more stronger when we think about movies, in series, I think.
But I think this is the power, because we don't have this kind of intention to do it, to have, because the government, have not influencing on it, the whole plan or script or framework to do it. But we do naturally, and this is very powerful. For example, I was reading about the Portuguese kids starting to speak only Brazilian, and the government started, oh my God, what's going on here? Because they were watching a lot of YouTube content from here. Other thing that we have seen, Korean trying to play pagode. Oh my God, this is so, it's
I
so
love
interesting.
it.
I've seen a lot of this kind of, but oh my God. The Koreans not only Koreans, but Asians trying to play ashe. And this is so interesting. And, I think we have this kind of very interesting culture, and we have this power since the beginning of Brazil. We did it with Bossa Nova. We did it with samba. We did it with carnaval. We did it with a lot of things. But what we don't have is the plan of these things, like, plan to make or to take some advantage from it. So I consider that we don't have this in the United States, of course, has. In Korea, South Korea, of course, has. And a lot of countries, I think, trying to do the same. But
but
the power, I think, is that's it. Naturally, we naturally spread this kind of thing. So this is, for me, is very interesting.
Yeah, but if you see the way that we are mentioning about soft power, in some ways we are mentioning it in a negative way, and not necessarily is a negative, right? So, for example, if as you said, we don't do it intentionally, we don't have a plan to do it, but maybe other countries they do, and there's no problem about it. Why not? That's the game. So let's play the game also. Yeah. Why not? So I think our government maybe they see there's that's like evil. We don't do things like that. But really, because the other countries they are doing. So why not? Let's do the same thing. So our culture is very nice. So we need to spread this culture as well. So maybe that's what's missing in our government, like a vision to do the bad things. I mean, I don't think that it's bad, but maybe they are considering it bad.
I think it's something like if you not influence, you will be influenced. Like
exactly
influence you. Like is the geopolitical issue. It's naturally, and I think in German also did it. Japan also did it. China and has done it. A lot of that's.
Yeah, that is a great quote, Endo, about if you don't influence, you're going to be influenced. I think that Portuguese people were terrified because of that, because they realized our culture was getting bigger there. And that is something like people were calling reverse colonization. And I think it was very funny to imagine people, parents worried because their kids were talking geladeira instead of frigorífico. I think that's how they say. But yeah, it's not. It's something we could use for our benefit instead of just, oh, let's see what happens. Yeah, very interesting point.
And you see, for example, if you see the guys from Brazil that makes some kind of success in other country, let's say in America in general. Let's use Anita. In some ways, she needs to change a little bit. Like, it's not like Anita in Brazil. Anita outside of Brazil, it's like American. It's not Anita anymore. It's like an American playing music around the world, but it's not the same. Like, if you see the single that she sings here, is different. The rhythm, and everything is different. The concept of explore her body is the same.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, but you know, like, if you want to make money, like be famous around the world, you need to be American. You need to, at least seems as American.
Yeah, but I don't think it's, you need to be America. I think we need to, for example, what Anita has done, merging kind of, funk, merging pop music, merging, sometimes something kind of rap, and trying to merging all the things that the world music and K-pop has done the same. I was listening, some K-pops, and oh my God, all the rhythms that is not from Korea. Of course, it's not from Korea. The rap, a kind of hip hop, kind of pop music, kind of some dances very different that I don't know, but it's not from Korea naturally. I mean naturally.
Yeah.
So I think this kind of world music is this mixing of rhythms that the people have to do to be successful. Like, and Anita has done very well, but it's not that people like Anita, that's it. You don't like Anita.
Yeah, but you can deny she's a businesswoman. She's very clever in that matter.
Yeah, very clever. She knew how to make money. So this is really impressive in Brazil. That's it. I think she should take advantage of it, like understanding the power of symbols, using properly the Brazilian symbols to create the how can I say, self-branding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
That's it. This topic is so interesting. We could talk about a lot of. Yeah.
She sounds like she shows Brazil with a Z, in my perspective. She shows the version of our country people wanna watch, people wanna are curious about. Maybe if she goes to Brazilian, with a lot of quote marks, if she goes to Brazilian, maybe other people won't be so interested from other places, because they wanna see a specific part, a specific frame of our culture. So I think that's what Jar was talking, that she sings American, here she's Anita, there she's Anita, and so on. Very nice. You are so intelligent. I'm feeling kind of not so intelligent here, but let's go. Sometimes you bring your topic and you feel like, oh, people have better ideas than myself. So, but I'm listening and participating as much as possible. So let me see the questions. Do you guys want to choose the next question? We have some minutes, so I'm gonna give it to you.
I think 7's nice. Does the internet have a rule in soft power? How different would our reality be without this tool?
Yes, I think so. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. Of course, internet had a rule in soft power. I think the main rule of soft power nowadays is in internet, I think. I don't think music is the strongest one, but from internet, I think that's how it spread in different countries. For example, Chinese soap opera, Korean soap opera, there is no soap opera like that in in television nowadays. I mean, I think, I don't know. I don't watch TV usually, but I don't think there is a Korean soap opera in global, for example. So they need to access internet, I think. So the bridge of this kind of content, it's internet. So the internet plays a very strong role in this game of soft power. So I think it changed everything, especially nowadays. That's why I think government tries to control what kind of access you have. I was following some YouTuber from those YouTubers. They travel abroad from different countries, and for different reasons, because they have a lot of opinions and polemic opinions. They were banned from Brazil. So that was the first time that I saw something like that happen. So the guys just disappear from internet. You couldn't find anything about them. And I was thinking, all right, so government can control the information in the internet, because where is those guys? You know, so I think nowadays, especially government that's trying to put some boundaries in the internet, because they want to understand what kind of culture information the citizens are facing in the internet. So internet, it's play the role, the main game in the soft power play.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, but it's like the government, I believe that should do something when you talk about hate speech or something like that, but not other situations, like not all speeches should be, what is the word? Blocked. I'm gonna use this one. Yeah, but it's very polemic issue about this censorship that sometimes happens in the internet. Yeah. And you, Wendell, what do you think? Number 7.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. You all. How different would our reality be without this tool? I really don't know. I think it would be like in the old times, you know. I think what the different nowadays is that any person in the world can spread its information, you know, your information, their own information. Like in the past, without this tool, we only receive influence, you know, from other countries, Europe and United States. As consequence, for example, if you see Brazil's culture, we notice that we don't have the feeling of be part of Latin American. We are more close to United States and Europe than, you know, Bolivia. We feel more close than Bolivia, Colombians, you know, and others. So this is a problem, but it is totally consequence of this kind of, you know, development here, like, you know, consuming content and trying to also look at the United States, try to replicate the same thing, do the same, you know, consuming and believing on the American way of life. So yeah, I think if nowadays we have a lot of people that, you know, have studying and researching about the Brazilian culture and trying to bring back, you know, like see how Brazil is nice, you know, we are very rich, you know, understanding more about our culture, understand more about our race, you know, understand more about all the things, you know, and the complexity of it. So I think the internet, you know, have a very good role here. And the consequence, we have the consequence, but not only here, but, you know, the whole world, like fake news in the whole world, and, you know, all this kind of thing in the whole world. Is the consequence of internet, not only in Brazil. Because sometimes the people start to talk about this and, you know, like it's only here. No, man, all the countries, no, have the same problem. They need to, oh my God, you know, some information that we don't want has come. So we need to do something.
Yeah, and I think internet take out some a little bit of the power from America, because if you notice nowadays in a, I don't know, in a neighborhood, you will be probably able to see different kind of cultures in the same neighborhood, like people that likes K-pop, but another ones that like, I don't know, grunge, another one that like, you know, different cultures, different things that people like, and they are living in the same neighborhood. I think in the past it was a little bit different. I think, like, of course, there was like emo, grunge, and different, but all of them from America. And so in some ways they were under the same influence. But nowadays, no, they like different kind of music. They are exposed to different kind of country, different kind of culture. But those culture came from different countries. So the internet spread the culture in a small piece of the neighborhoods, you know, in the country. So in some ways, internet it's a tool to spread very fast the culture, but it takes the power of American as well. So that's how I see internet.
Yeah, that is so interesting. Like I was thinking, we have discussion about diversity, and that's why maybe Netflix and other platforms are putting more contents like from other places, because they are listening to their consumers. Like, I wanna watch content from Latin America. I wanna watch content from Korea and other places. Not only a matter of being good or paying attention to the needs, but also about business, right? About money. Yeah, that is how the game works. And welcome back, everyone. How was the conversation? How was it, Fernando?
It was nice. It was good. I didn't know a lot of things about Korean culture, so I got to know a lot of new information. And I know that they are around everywhere, but I didn't know, like, for example, I didn't know what is dorama, which is a word that everyone is using now, and I just got to know this today, so it was interesting.
Now we know dorama. You could not live another day without knowing dorama. Now you can sleep in peace.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Fernando. And you, Leo, what's your take on this meeting?
Yeah, I like it so much. This talk is very interesting. And make a conversation with other subject, just like soft power is a term from foreign relations, all right? I would like to have a time to research before this meeting, because it is very deeping, right? It's very deeping. It's no so much easy, but I yes, I like it. I would I could to make a more time to talk about I guess, Fernando, we reach out until question 5, right? Or because each question is open opportunity to talk a lot, right? It's very good.
That is true. I created a tribe for you, so sorry for that. A lot of things to say in just one question. Yeah. Guys, I shared here the survey. Okay, you can give your feedback, suggestions. It's always nice to see to get your feedback as well. And I'm gonna just finish by asking number 6 to Vanessa. Let's talk about our culture in other places like Portugal. You know that parents were upset because kids were speaking Brazilian Portuguese. What do you think about this new dynamic?
I have a problem here. I don't see this question more. It's very close. This all this.
Mhm.
I don't understand very well when your question now.
Okay, I
Please.
can ask again. In long story short, what do you think Portuguese parents are worried about their kids seeing Brazilian content? Why do you think that happens?
Sincerely, I don't know. I don't know. And this Brazilian culture is very rich for here, but out, I think it is very important to this culture for disseminated informations and for our image for the country, and because this is not specialidade. Our specialty is dissemination information for the other countries. Is different for Korea, for example. But I think this we have a cautions for